welcome to Kicking Back with me, Lewis, and from Sky News.
And me.
I saw you.
Not from Sky News.
You was on Sky News, I saw it. Congratulations.
Briefly, thank you.
No, good stuff, that, yeah. What are you doing? What's all that? You've got a degree?
Yeah, well, not yet.
Happy days.
Hopefully I'll get one soon.
Yeah, no, I've got a degree.
You've got one?
Comedy performance.
Oh.
Yeah, my brother says I went to clown college. He said he's got a degree that's more useful than mine.
What's that?
Print-out degree that he got for like completing his IT course.
Oh.
Yeah, it's sad. Football. Right, okay. I don't know if you saw. Did you see that handball the other day?
Briefly, yeah.
Newcastle,
I was watching City, but yeah.
Yeah, Newcastle play PSG. P&G. Shall we go again? I don't think we can. Newcastle are playing P&G. Oh my God. Newcastle played PSG the other day.
Did they?
And I don't know if you saw, but there was this handball, and it was very, very conspicuous. It was there, right? It was like there, barely even, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's up in arms, and it's an age-old, not even age-old, it's just like, it's going on that long. That it just like, people are getting tired of it. So let's jump in with our opinion on it. What do you think of VAR? What are you saying?
VAR in general.
VAR in general, and also that particular decision.
I mean, there's a lot of like speculation around VAR at the minute, isn't there? I mean, they're not in the good books of many people. Like, I think, wrong decisions like that can ruin the game, and it did, because Newcastle should have got all 3 points. But
yeah. It's true. I think when I try and like play devil's advocate and make a case for VAR, first thing I'll say is, because I watch the Championship primarily, I'm very glad that we don't have it. That's my gut feeling. I'm glad that when there is an occasional stroke or look or something like that, it seems to more or less level out. It's not the best system.
Part of the game, isn't it?
Kind of works. It's fine.
Yeah.
But here's a devil's advocate argument, right? If VAR keeps getting better, the big thing that I don't like about it is that you're not allowed to celebrate a goal, right? You have to wait. You have to have a look at a screen and like sit there like a plum for 10 minutes thinking, and then you get told. If it gets to the point where these decisions are really snap and very quick, which it could do, ChatGPT, we've seen how clever that is, like, could it not get to a point where it's like, no goal straight away, like, and you just see it on the screen, like, immediately? If it got to that point, then I would say, oh, that's interesting. It's almost like a world without refs.
Yeah, but then it's kind of like, isn't that more robotic?
Yeah.
It's more of a robotic game.
That's what I mean.
With VAR, like, they're still humans. Although it can take 10 minutes, which it shouldn't take 10 minutes, they're still refs on the other side that are human. Like, before VAR, people got it wrong, Like,
it's true.
People were 10 yards offside and onside, apparently, but it did happen back then,
It did, for sure, yeah. Hey, here's one. Very random question, this, but I just saw my first proper game recently. Have you ever seen rugby?
Have I seen rugby?
Rugby, yeah. Do you watch it at all?
Ish.
Yeah.
Not
well,
really.
Listen to this, right? Because I was watching this and I thought it were amazing. So, recently, there was some, this was a few weeks ago, there's some like Liverpool VAR decision, and then they were like showing it on telly, and they showed that there were like 20 people talking over each other non-stop, and it's like, can you see the line? Yep, move the line, the line, 10-4, and it was like too much, it was stressful. And then I watched a game of rugby like the other day for the first time. It's one guy, right, in a booth, and he's like, he's got the referee on, and he's like, yeah, so what's happened? 23's pushed 10, and then 10's retaliated, so it's not 10's fault, it's 23. And then the rest.
Simple, yeah.
I was like,
yeah, rugby's simple.
Could that not work? I don't understand why it has to be overcooked. It's like there's so many people doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually have to be as technical as it is. Maybe if you scale it back, you can push it forward.
Aren't the refs mic'd up as well?
Yeah, but you don't get to know about what they say and stuff unless it's actually released. But I think in rugby... Oh, I'm on about football, sorry. But you're on about rugby.
Rugby, yeah.
Yeah, in rugby they're mic'd up and it's clearer communication as a result.
Yeah,
Pretty simple.
I think that's good, like in the Women's World Cup, the refs were mic'd up for those decisions.
Yeah.
After VAR.
And it can like make things really easier to follow. And also if there is like a discrepancy or there's some sort of issue, at least it's like you can see exactly how it came about and it's not being hidden and concealed, And the reason I brought up rugby as well, because I don't know if you heard this, but football, they're trialling a plan at the minute apparently to introduce sin bins, 10-minute sin bins. I'm not sure what league they're going to start trialling this out, but it is official, it is happening. And to me, it's just a bit mental. What do you think? A 10-minute sin bin in football?
I mean, I think you'd be playing five-a-side at the minute. You would be.
No, that's true because they want to give it out for dissent as well. So if you snap back at a referee, you get 10 minutes. Five-a-side's lucky. I mean, you're doing all right.
Football's different, isn't it? Like rugby, they're quite like, I don't know, polite maybe.
They're
respectful. But football at the minute, you just say anything.
Right,
Well, people say anything.
I feel like sometimes, well, you can call it like the dark arts a little bit in football sometimes, can't you? Where it's like there's an element of, well, we know, here are the rules, we know the rules, so we're going to mess about a bit with the rules, and it's sort of like anticipate, like, so if you look at guys like Sergio Ramos, like, who used to like bend and twist what's acceptable, then there's an element of that being all right. But if let's say every time someone protested that there was a free kick, they got 10 minutes in a sin bin, does that not completely change the game?
Yeah, it does. I think it does personally. I think you've got to have a little bit of that,
Yeah, I mean, like,
discussion, let's say. You've got to have a bit of a discussion.
Excuse me, referee. I would like a quick discourse about that decision.
So the sin bin, they get either a sin bin, a yellow card, or a red card, and it's the referee's choice. Is that what they're saying?
As far as I understand, yeah. Like, I'm not 100% on how it will actually play, but I bet they aren't either. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them where
surely it's got to be a limit of players.
So many of these rules that come in. Oh, here's another. In the Championship, they did this at the start of the season. We're now, we're in, like, just coming into December. They've got rid of it. At the start of the season, they brought in this, like, every second count stoppage time rule, right? And then, like, we were going to, like, half time. And it'd be like, fourth official has indicated there'll be a minimum of 15 minutes. And you're like, whoa, jeez, I've got to get home. I've got, like, stuff to do. So, like, and then they realised it's not really working. So they've took it out. At least that's how it seems. But now it's kind of unfair, right? Because what about them first couple of games in the start of the season where you were messing about? You're messing with the game.
Yeah.
So here's a question, right? By the way, in fact, before my question, this episode is brought to you by the fine people. Because I'm getting heated, do you know what I mean? I've got to be like warm and charming. This episode is brought to you by the fine people at Football Card Game. If you are interested in card games, if you've played them, back when you were a kid, I used to collect the stickers and stuff like that, and you get the stats and everything like this. Football Card Game has so many of the best players, the best managers, best clubs, and you can swap with your pals. It's actually an app on your phone, and it's very interesting. It's coming really soon, and we're very glad because we got in on the ground floor. So if you want to go and check those guys out, you can go to footballcardgame.app and have a look for yourself. But yeah, thank you very much to those guys for coming on. We'll be doing more stuff with them down the line, so keep your eyes peeled. Very exciting stuff. Here's a question for you.
Go on.
Right. What rule, if you could change any one rule, and this could be like stripping a rule back as well, it doesn't have to be just like add something if you want, but like what rule would you change at the minute in the game of football, if any?
It's a good question. I don't think rules can be changed at the minute. There's too many being added. Do you know what I mean? It'll just confuse everyone further.
Well, so the rule I change, I've had to think about it, right? The rule I would change, and there'd be a bit of teething issues at the start, right? But hear me out. I think they should only be allowed to change the rules every 4 years. Because at the minute, they just mess it. But that means you've got to think about it, right? It starts in 4 years' time. You can do what you want for the next 4 years. Mess about. But in 4 years' time, whatever they are, you've got to stop. And that's what it is for 4 years. So what I'm saying is, stop just messing and trying stuff and adding stuff and taking stuff away. It's tinkering. You're messing with it. Just let it live. Let it breathe. And then we actually have 2 fair seasons as well in the middle. That's nice, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I like that. I do like that. Maybe it could be 2 years. I don't know.
Interesting. It's very
4 years. Football moves fast, doesn't it?
It's true.
You never know.
It's true. Hey, what do you think? What do you think? At home, what do you think? You never talk. You never come into this. So, like, what do you think? We'll put this on social media. Let us know what you think. I think it would be good. We could get a discourse going, bring people into the chat and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that'll do. It's a quick one, I guess, this week. And then next week, maybe we'll look at some answers that people throw in and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good to get chats going and stuff like that. So, we'll wrap this one up. I'm sorry it's a short one. We've got to go and do... Rovers are playing Birmingham. We've got to go and do that. But, yes, we very much appreciate you checking the episode out. And we will be back next week with another... We're going to be doing some fun TikTok stuff as well, right?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
It's been fun, like, trying to get our heads around stuff. I feel old, so old, like, trying to, like, figure out something new.
I don't even have TikTok.
No,
neither
do I.
But we do.
I understand it's very good. So, thanks very much for checking this out. We'll be back next week. Check us out on audio versions. We're on Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of that. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. Just enjoy football. That's what we're all here for, eh? I mean, that's what it all comes down to. I know, yeah. I mean, that's coming from me as well. Just enjoy football. I've just done 10 minutes. Like, it's not good enough. It's bang out of order. Peace out. Have a nice week. And
Goodbye.
We'll see you next time.